Hey everyone. Now, I've seen a couple of comments. There was a comment a while back about um, sort of like Johnny got his just desserts for staying with Amber. It wasn't worded like that, but it sort of like came across like that. He made his bed, now he's got to lay in it, type of thing. Because he knew what she was like, but he still married her. And there's also somebody commented earlier about her sister backing her up and friends and things like that. Now, I just wanted to do a little segment on that because obviously I've been in that sort of situation with family and partners, both being toxic. And it's not as simple as just telling the truth about somebody or just leaving someone. Don't forget, firstly, Amber's sister. She's been subjected to Amber's bullying for a lifetime, on a daily basis, for a number of years until obviously Amber moved out of the childhood home or whatever. So her sister's going to think it's natural to be abused and bullied by her older sister, to lie for her, or else she's just going to get the backlash. And this is what happens with abusive people. You are fearful of everything that you say because you do get the backlash. It's either violence, it's verbal abuse, it's mental abuse, physical abuse, in all forms. And when you've lived with it for so long, you think it's normal. And you're made out to think that you're the crazy one. No, this didn't happen. It didn't happen like that. That didn't happen. I didn't mean it like that. I was only joking. Sorry, the cat's having a go at me. She's here. Yes. So yeah, it's not as simple as just standing up for somebody and telling the truth about things because you really don't know. You believe that they're lies because they've brainwashed you for so long. It's difficult to know reality. And yeah, you've got that violence or the mental onslaught afterwards. If you do stand up for anything, if you do speak up against any violence, if you do start realising that things aren't right, and it's the same in a physical relationship with a partner, they'll tell you that you're the crazy one. They didn't say things like that. They'll tell you black is white and green's pink, and after a while you believe it and you believe it's you that's a problem. Or they have things over you, like say you turn to drugs or you've lashed out because you've been abused that much, you've snapped, they'll use that against you as blackmail. Oh, don't leave me or I'll tell everybody this. It's not as simple as just walking away. Yeah, we'd love to. At certain points when you do realise what's going on, and even that's not as simple. You try to walk away and they drag you back in. They stop you from leaving. They say they're going to expose everything about you. All these hidden secrets of that you might have. It's just so much, and they leave you trapped in your own head. They leave you prisoner. You can't leave your house. You can't make contact with people. They isolate you. They do this on purpose. They alienate your friends and family. Even your family, same as my gran. She'd dictate who I could be friends with. Oh, I don't like them, you can't hang around with them anymore, and I'd get battered if I did, It was that sort of manipulation to keep you trapped, to stop you understanding the world, and that what they're doing to you is wrong. It really isn't just as simple as walking away. And I know I'm not the only one that's been trapped in these sorts of relationships. There's many of us. It's the same for Johnny, you know, he had it with his mum. And then he has it with Amber, you know. He would have been triggered straight back into being at home with his mum years and years ago. And all that trauma comes back with it, on top of what Amber's doing to him. So, you know, he would have tried everything he possibly could to make the situation calm. You know, even to the point of marrying her to keep the peace. You know, but this is it. You don't realise that they won't change. So you keep giving and giving and giving and giving and giving, and they keep taking and taking and taking. And then when you decide that you can't give anymore, that's when they kick off. That's when they want more, even more and more. And because you can't give it, they start getting even nastier. Because they just think that they deserve everything that you've got, up until death. You know, and it's coming out now that Amber's done a hell of a lot more. You know, the malice behind her actions towards Johnny, it's all been premeditated. You know, I mean, Australia's after her now, aren't they? For perjury over there. My God, you know, it's just constant lies and lies and lies that she's been telling everybody. And now all the truth's coming out. She's cocked herself up big time. And she'll keep going. She won't stop. This is the narcissistic behaviour. Her brain will not let her stop. She's a dangerous person. It's the same as Boris Johnson in this country. Everybody knew he was a liar, even before he got into power. And now they're all backtracking. Oh, he's a madman. He's this. He's that. He's that. They all backed him up in the first place. It's toxic behaviour again. They get in there and they'll lie and 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 lie all the way through, because they don't know how to do anything else. It's just how their brain works, and we have to stop these people being in control of other people's lives, even in relationships. You know, they're a danger. I mean, like I said in other videos, I've been pushed to suicide, you know, by these people. And I am very lucky to still be here, you know. I've lost count how many times I've tried to commit suicide. But it's all because of them, you know. It's all because of what they've drove me to do. They are a danger to society. They need to be rehabilitated in some way. I don't know how. I don't know if brains can be... Well, my brain's been rewired. I've done it. I've had to do it myself, you know, with certain ways, certain rehabilitations and things that I've had to do to retrain my brain to think properly, and not from an abused, frightened child, you know, because that's the way it was operating, as a frightened child. The fear constantly of just everything around the corner, even opening my front door and speaking to people, you know, even people that I know, friends, family, you know, family that I want to speak to, like my daughter, you know, very close friends, you know. I even had trouble doing that, reaching out for help, but that was because I was trapped in my own head. And this is what happens when you've been abused, you know. And when you're triggered, it's hard to control, especially when you don't know what's going on. But I'd just like to say, you know, I am living proof that things can move forward. You can cope with triggers and rewire your brain and learn to cope with them. I'm only just learning that I can do this now. And it is so liberating and so freeing of the mind and the soul and everything. I never thought I'd be like that. And it's good to see in myself, and it's good that other people are seeing it too. And this is why I want to pass on the knowledge, you know. I want to help people realise that they are more than what the abusers have forced them to believe over the years. Because like I say, it's not just over a week or, you know, a month or a year. It is years of abuse. years of everyday little manipulations. They start off small, and the red flags, as they call them, they start off small, and you let it slip. Oh, it's only that. It's only, oh, he's having a bad day. Oh, it didn't mean that. He's just grumpy, or she's just grumpy, or oh, I've just pushed the wrong buttons today. And you start blaming yourself. Oh, it was me. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have said that. And then they start picking up on that. No, you shouldn't have said that. No, you shouldn't have done that. Don't do that. Don't do that. And it takes on more and more and more, and you get brainwashed more and more and more over the years. And that's just the progression of things. And then you take it out on yourself that you don't think you're good enough. Your self-confidence drops. All these things that you know that you can do, you don't think you can do anymore. You don't think you can make any right decisions, because any decision that you make in a narcissistic relationship, whether it be with a partner or your family, they're always the wrong decision. You're never going to make the right decision around these people. They do it on purpose, it's to keep you confused. It's to keep you trapped in your head. And the longer that you are trapped in your head, you're not trying to work out what's going wrong and figuring it out and walking away, which is what you should be doing. And they know this, and this is why they try and weed you back in again. They call it hoovering. I've had it recently with an ex, trying to be all friendly. After the last contact that we had, I didn't read all the messages, but they weren't very nice messages that were sent to me. So I blocked him, and he's noticed that I'm on YouTube now, so he decided to try and get in there again, to hoover me back in by being all friendly and apologetic. And it didn't last long. I knew which buttons I could press on him, to get that side of him back, and it didn't take long at all. He was trying to make out that he'd changed, and he was very sorry, and love and peace and love and all that stuff. And yeah, it's like, fair enough, okay, yeah, but I don't want this to be a friend of yours. You stay on YouTube. It's a free world, but keep your comments out of our relationship. And to be honest, I don't really want to be replying to you. So, and if any replies will be through a video. And I knew that would trigger another another comment from him, which it did. So I had to explain again and a bit more. And he still did it, and you could see that he was sort of like, accusations started coming out again, and little digs, little digs. I just saw the pattern, and so yeah, he got his 3 strikes and he was out. I blocked him. I did a video for him first, and then blocked him. But yeah, this is what you have to do, because he was trying to trigger me again, and I told him straight he was trying to trigger me again, what he was doing to me, and he carried on. And those sorts of people, they're not worth to be in your life. I've told my mum the same, she's triggered me to the point of suicide. And I've told her that, you keep triggering me to the point of suicide, to where I want to kill myself. It's not that I want to kill myself. My brain wants to shut down, and that's its last ditch attempt of stopping the pain that you're causing me. Please stop doing it. All you got to do is tell me the truth. And she still couldn't do it. It was to protect her own self, but her brain won't let her do it either. She's just not got that option for the brain to do that, to be truthful and honest. She knows good from bad, like most narcissists do, most toxic people. They know exactly what they're doing. But they still do it. They don't care. They haven't got that remorse. They haven't got that empathy. And that's why it's dangerous for people like us, empaths, people who care about other people. Because they run us into the ground until we're dead, and it's not good. But yeah, that's what I'd like to put onto that spin of why Johnny'd stay with Amber, and why her sister wouldn't speak up, or her friends even. She's obviously abused them through her friendship with them. It's not friendship, is it, at all? But yeah, you just got to stay away from these sorts of people for your own sanity. And I'm living proof that it works. You choose, you figure out who these people are that are toxic to you, and you keep them away from you. And your brain has time to repair. Your brain has time to figure things out like it should do, because you've not got the constant badgering in your head of these toxic people's opinions. Because that's all they are, is opinions. It's not truth. None of it's truth. It's just what comes out of their mouth to control you. And it's funny because you can actually test them as well. Like I did with my ex on YouTube. You can just put little things in it. You know what answer you're going to get back. And when they give you that answer, you go, right, okay, well, yeah, there we go. There's that toxic pattern. So now I know you're bullshitting me. I know you're lying. I know you're trying to manipulate my brain. I know you're trying to do me damage. So you can walk away from these people. I treat them like complete strangers. You know, I can't remember where I read it, but it was, or I think it might have been in sort of like the training sessions for domestic violence and the abuse, or one of my therapists. If you was walking down the street and you saw your abuser or somebody that you think's toxic at the bottom of the road, and you knew everything about them, but you hadn't, they hadn't met you yet, but you knew everything about them, would you actually walk up to them and say hello? Or would you just cross the road and never say hello? And if you go and say hello to that person, to anybody in life really, if you'd go over again and say hello to that person, knowing everything that you knew about that person, then yeah, they're the people to keep in your life. If you'd walk past, cross the road and keep going and not say hello, then those are the people that you need to take out of your life. Treat them like strangers and keep them as strangers, because they're the ones that are causing you damage. Yeah, because there's many times that I'd like to have gone back and not met someone. Just walked past, ignored any sort of contact with them. But I know that I have learnt my lessons from these people as well, very hard lessons as well. I didn't know at the time, it's taken me to learn to understand myself and understand other people, to understand this in the thing, every single person that I've met in my life has moulded me into the person that I am today. Which I am a good person, and I do like myself. I can actually say I love myself now. I never used to be able to. I used to hate myself, very much so, despised, loathed. Yeah, but that wasn't me. That was what other people had put in my own head, their version of me, and it wasn't true. And when you understand this, and when you realise this, you can start loving yourself. You see your self-worth. You see what you can put into this world, whether it's be just make a decent cup of tea or a decent sandwich, or you could, whatever you're good at. Everybody's different. Everybody has different skills. But when you're being attacked in your head by other people, it doesn't matter what skills you've got. You don't see your worth. You don't see the benefit that you've got. You don't see all these things that you've learned over your life. How to survive, for starters. That's the biggest one for people that have been abused, the surviving. We are survivors. We are warriors. We've beat a lot of mental wars. Very much so. And you've got to give yourself credit for all this, Every day you've got up and you've gone through all that shit from whoever on a daily basis. My God, your brain has survived all of that. Your body's survived all of that. You've fought through, whether you think you have or not. You have fought through, you've survived. And it takes a hell of a lot of strength to do that. A hell of a lot of strength. And I'm glad that you're here today. Very much so. We have to expose these people for who they are, because it's not our fault. we are not the perpetrators. We are not the abusers. We are the abused. We are the survivors. We are the ones that rise. And we can rise, very much so. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with everybody. I'm nearly at 200 subscribers, so thank you to all my newbies. Thank you for everybody for commenting, liking, subscribing and sharing. I just would like to say to my newbies, if you do share these videos onto anybody that you might think might benefit from the information in these videos, please do it discreetly. Please don't sort of like tag anybody in them in my videos. You know, if you share them on Facebook or anything like that, or Instagram or whatever, just share the link and let them tap on it themselves, because it can cause a lot more trouble than it's worth. You know, for somebody that's going through abuse to have their name associated with domestic violence, you know, it could put panic into them. They might think their partner might find out, and you know, things will kick off, or a partner might see it on their history or something like that, or you know, or by somebody tagging you, you know, in domestic violence stuff, you know, and kick off. You know, it's that fine line between things that can trigger you know, people in so many different ways. So yeah, just share it to well, you don't even have to share it, you know, if it's unsafe to share. If you don't like going on social media or anything like that, don't worry, you don't have to share at all. But you know, just be discreet with it. Yeah, just keep it nice. I don't want to cause anybody any problems for sharing this content to somebody it might put in distress. So yeah, a bit of discretion. So yeah, thank you everybody so much, and I should be doing a positivity cards very soon. I'm still in bed at the moment, as you can tell. Getting over the few days that I've been away. I know it's a holiday, like, but we did some miles walking, so it wasn't very restful. But it was enjoyable. I really enjoyed it. It was lovely. I'll be going up there again some point, so I'll get some more footage of the countryside and all that for you, and hopefully some more train journeys and everything. But I shall say goodbye. I love you lots, and peace out, man.